Welcome back to another video on our channel. I'm sure all of you use the word walk. W-A-L-K, walk, is a very common verb in English. We use it all the time. You walk around the house. You take a walk in the morning. You walk to the bus stop. We have so many sentences where we constantly use walk. Today, let me tell you 20 synonyms of walk. This makes your language rich in expression. Instead of using the same word again and again, if we use different words to indicate slightly different forms of walk, then that is so much better. Therefore, when we learn these 20 words, practice them first by learning their meaning. I will tell you the spelling, the meaning, and also the usage. Usage is where we use this word in a sentence. If each of you who's watching the video can make 5 more sentences with each of these synonyms of walk, then it will be very beneficial because you will learn how to use this. And when you are talking in a real life situation, if you find that any of these are applicable, you will replace walk and use the correct word there. It will be very impressive to the listener or listeners when you use the right word to describe that kind of walk which that context demands. So learning these 20 words will be a great benefit to all of you in improving your English. Before we begin, I request you to watch the entire video because only then you will be able to get all the 20 words. At the end of the video, I will also give you an exercise to do where you will have to use the word walk in different contexts. And then you can write in the comment box any other words for walk which you came across in your listening or reading of other passages. You can also like and share and comment, and of course, subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Now let us move on to the 20 words which I wanted to tell you about. The word stroll is the first one I'm talking to you about. S-T-R-O-L-L, stroll. When a small baby is carried, you might have seen that, they have a carrying car, and that is called a stroller because the baby is lying down, you just push it along, you call it a stroller. Then you have the trolley, the bag which we carry in the airports, etc., with wheels, trolley. So many words from this word stroll, S-T-R-O-L-L. What it means is to walk in a slow and relaxed manner. When you are walking slowly, sometimes talking to friends, sometimes, taking a nice walk when the weather is good, admiring the things which are around, then you call it a stroll. Here is a sentence. As I told you, the word, spelling, meaning, and sentence. These 4 things we are doing one after another. So we have here, the old lady strolled in the park with her granddaughter. The old lady strolled in the park with her granddaughter. That is the sentence. Now, can you make some more sentences with the word stroll? Just try it and then see how well you succeed. Word number 2 is stride. S-T-R-I-D-E, stride. Stride means to walk quickly with long steps. especially people who are very tall and who walk at a fast pace, we call it stride. The past tense of stride is strode. Stride is an irregular verb, so we don't say strided. Like we said, strolled. Strolled. That was the sentence. But here we cannot say strided. We have to say strode. Strode. That is the past tense. Walking with long steps. Quickly, walking quickly. And, with long steps. That is the meaning. Now we move on to the sentence. The salesman strode across the shop to prevent the boys from spoiling the display. Sometimes children are touching something in the shop, so the salesman cannot stroll. The salesman has to stride. Now you see the difference? Stroll is also walking, stride is also walking, but the difference is there. Stroll is very slow, stride is very fast. Two are different, but both of them stem from the action of walking. Then you have another word for slow walking, and that is amble. 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 Amble is again a slow walk, but here the word stroll and the word amble are different because stroll is something where you are just, walking from point to point. Amble, sometimes you just roam around without having a specific goal. If you are strolling, you are going from this point to that point. But amble is just walking around. Suppose you go to a village fair, then you can say amble. We ambled around the fair. You don't have any specific point to go to. Slowly you walk around, see everything that is there. She ambled through the streets of the crafts village, admiring the colorful displays. So here she was doing something specific, that is going to the crafts village. But once she reached the crafts village, she did not know exactly where to go or what to do. She did not have a list, that all these things I want to do. So she was just seeing. And then the way in which she was walking is amble. We amble around in the evening when we have some free time. So you have amble. You don't go anywhere, but you are moving. Then you have the word pace. 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 Pace is to walk up and down in the same place, when you are very emotional. Suppose you're very angry or you're worried or you are highly stressed out, then you keep moving from one place to another. And that kind of a walk is paced. My father paced up and down the hospital, waiting for some news of the person who was ill. Maybe his friend was ill, somebody was ill. So my father paced up and down the hospital corridor or the hospital waiting room. And the anxiety of when somebody is in the hospital, there is this feeling of worry. So that is where you use the word pace. Then you move on to word number 5. Now, as I'm doing the words, I hope you are thinking of some, sentences where you can use this. You can say that the headmaster paced up and down till the students came and then he punished them. He was very angry, so the headmaster was pacing up and down. Then you can use, the other words also like that. Falter, Falter. Falter is to move awkwardly as though you are going to fall. You are walking, but you are going as though you may fall at any moment. If you falter, you can lean on my shoulder. Suppose somebody is hurt, somebody is not able to walk straight, then you can say, if you falter, you can lean on my shoulder. Then you have the next word, that is number 6, limp, Limp. Limp also has a noun form. We are not talking about that. We are talking about the verb limp. Limp is when you have hurt your legs, when you are not able to move at all, and you go with great difficulty, you move, and that is limp. The actress walked across the stage limping, or the actress limped across the stage after she accidentally twisted her ankle. So the actor was, unable to walk because she twisted her ankle. We don't use the word actress now. Actor is for both men and women. The word actor does for both. This is called gender neutral language. Very often, we find that this is accepted these days. We are expected to use language which is gender neutral. So, actor, if you say, that's good enough. Then we have the word lurch, Lurch. Lurch is word number 7, where you move in such a way that, suddenly you move forward, suddenly you move backward, which means that you don't have balance. That is the movement lurch. So the movement is there, but the movement is such that you may fall down anywhere. That is what the lurch is. Sideways, front, back, that is lurch. The truck lurched to one side on the uneven road. So the road was like that, the truck was moving in such a way. The person who was drunk lurched around on the road. So there you have the form lurch, Lurch. Then you have meander, Meander. Meander is word number 8. Meander is walking again without a direction, without knowing exactly where you go. Meander is a verb which is often used for rivers, the flowing river. So instead of walk, we are using it as a synonym of flow. So the river keeps twisting wherever it wants. After some years, the river changes its course. So earlier where the land was there, that becomes the river. And where the river was, that becomes land. So we call it as meander, not in a clear direction. The little girl meandered through the marketplace. So she was going without any direction. Here and there she went. Then you have the word parade. Now, when we have Republic Day, Independence Day, you have the parade, Parade. Parade is usually for a public celebration. The military or the armed forces, the scouts and guides, all these people, they often do the parade, marching. And that is what, walk or march for a celebration, for some occasion, that is a parade. Then you have on Republic Day, many soldiers paraded on the streets of the capital. There you have the word parade. Or you can take, people taken in a procession. Then you say, the prisoners were paraded in the prison grounds when the chief warden came. So the prisoners were paraded. That means they were made to walk in a row, to march in a row. Then you have the next word. Now we come to word number 10, and that is prowl, Prowl. prowl is to move around quietly, especially if a person has come, a robber has come, then the way in which they move is prowl. Usually, we use prowl for animals walking around also. In darkness, searching for some prey, there is an animal moving around, then you say prowl. So the sentence is the thief prowled in the night searching for empty houses, walking slowly, quietly, without making a noise. That is prowl. Then we have word number 11, and that is ramble. R-A-M-B-L-E. Ramble. Again, ramble and, meander, stroll, all these words are similar, and that is, to walk for pleasure. Earlier, especially in the 19th century or so, walking was a great pastime. It was a great hobby of people. They would set out to walk every day. They would walk for miles and miles every day just for the pleasure of it. So, that kind of a pleasurable walk, especially in good scenic places, then we can call it as a ramble. Ramble also can be just, moving around. We went for a picnic and rambled along the lake after lunch. So there was nothing to do. We were walking around the lunch. Then we have the next word, and that is saunter. Saunter. Saunter is to walk slowly, walk leisurely, without hurrying, you walk, and that is saunter. The new employee sauntered into the meeting room late because he was not worried about punctuality. Usually when we are late, we run into a room, but this person sauntered into the room. Then you have stagger. 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 Stagger again is to walk with difficulty, as though you are going to fall. This word stagger is usually used also for people who are injured and things like that. The man who had the automobile accident staggered into the hospital. So the man was involved in an automobile accident and he staggered into the hospital. He was not able to walk properly. Then you have totter. Totter also is to walk unsteadily. Usually, when you hear some sad news, etc., or it can be when you are wearing shoes which are uncomfortable, then you're not able to walk, then also it is totter. Many people walk on stilts. You might have seen they have stilt races, long sticks on which they climb and then they try to walk. That also is called totter. So we have a sentence here. The teenager tottered on her new high heels. High heels where the ankle is raised so they cannot walk properly. And then the teenager was tottering on her high heels. Then you have strut. Strut. Strut is to walk proudly. Usually, we use it for a peacock. Peacock is supposed to be very proud. So he says, strutting like a peacock. That description is given to human beings, of course, but we use that comparison, that simile. I will do a video on similes sometime when I find time. So to walk proudly, to walk in a very arrogant, pompous manner. The words arrogant and pompous might be difficult for you. Arrogant implies somebody who thinks too much of himself or herself. Pompous also means that I'm the greatest. That feeling is what is arrogance or pomposity. So we have, you know, the word, the young boy strutted on the road to impress the girls. So here, some young boys are there who are walking in that proud manner. Then you have swagger. Swagger, strut also have similar meanings. So swagger also is, you keep showing off, you walk like that, as though you are acting in some film, etc., where you see. If you see a film, you will find almost all these types of walks. Each character is represented by their walk. So next time you see a movie, try to identify what kind of walk each person is walking. So you have swagger also is a walk which is very arrogant. Swagger. The seniors in the college swaggered past the freshers. The seniors were showing off that, we are so much more important than you are. Then stumble. While walking, if you hit something, if a stone comes in the way and you hit that stone, then immediately you might fall forward. That is stumble. Stumble, to trip or fall while walking. The old lady was so upset that she stumbled out of the room. So, out of her sorrow, she just was going out of the room when, she was almost falling. Then you have the word wade. Wade. Wade is to walk through water or to walk through, a flowing river or the sea when all the waves are coming. That is wade. Sometimes you have muddy water or mud, slush. All this also when you walk through, that is wade. The little boy waded through the stream to save the drowning puppy. The small dog was drowning. The boy waded through the water. That is the use of the word wade. Now we come to the word 19, and then that is march, March. We had the word parade. Parade and march are similar. To walk in the same manner as the others are walking. In school, we are taught march past. You keep marching. The drum is beaten, and every time the drum beat, you put one leg forward. In this way, you lift one leg and then you put it down. You lift the other leg, then you put it down. That is march. Then you have the sentence. The soldiers marched into the battlefield. The soldiers go, the foot soldiers, they go marching into the battlefield. Then you have wander, Wander, which is the last of our words, to walk aimlessly without purpose or direction. I wandered lonely as a cloud. This is a part of a famous poem. I wandered lonely as a cloud. The cloud, the clouds don't have friends. So here is the poet saying, I wandered lonely as a cloud. So these are the 20 words which I wanted to give you. Now let us go on to the exercise. Now, what exercise should you do with these words? Suppose you take saunter or swagger or stroll or perambulate. Perambulate, I think I did not give. Perambulate. You try to make sentences where one word can replace the other word in the sentence. You say that the old lady strolled in the park with her granddaughter. That is the sentence I think I gave you. Now, instead of saying the old lady strolled with her granddaughter, you can say the old lady perambulated in the park. Now, you cannot say the old lady swaggered in the park. That you cannot say. So, I would like you to write down sentences where one of the other words can replace the word which is used without change of meaning. So for this, first, what should you do? You should note down all the 20 words. I've been telling you that this is like a classroom. It's not like watching any other video. If on YouTube we watch an entertainment video, we enjoy ourselves, and after a time we forget about it. But these videos are for people who want to do something in life. They want to learn something. And that is why it is called a classroom. So sit with your pen and your notebook and write down all the 20 words. I've spelt them out. If you have problems, halt the video, write the word, and then continue watching the rest. In this way, in the first trial, you get all the 20 words, get their meanings. You need not wait for me to give you the meaning, because you can do Google search, you find the meaning, you find the pronunciation, and of course, you can use them in sentences of your own. Once you do that, if you have 20 sentences, then you see which of the 20 words can be used instead of the word you have used, and which word cannot be used. You can not use totter for swagger. You cannot use totter for stroll. You cannot use, march for amble. Amble and march are totally different things. So some words which are completely different from each other, some words which can replace each other. This is the exercise which you have to do. For this, you need to make 5 to 10 sentences with each of the words. Try to see which words can replace them. And in this way, you get familiar with these 20 words. So for the next time when you're saying walk, there you think that is it better to use walk or is it better to use one of the other words? When there was a fire, many people strode towards the burning building. Many people strode, they came rushing. And then you have the word rush instead of the word walk here, or you have the word ran instead of the word walk. In this way, you can keep expanding your expressions, and that is how English is improved. I hope all of you will do these exercises, all of you will improve your using of the words, and if you do that, then it will be a great help for your English. Thank you and all the best.